Okay, so asylum seekers, man, what is going on? Down here, you can see this asylum seeker from Sudan was found guilty of murdering one of the workers at the hotels, and the hotels that they've been trying to shut down. You guys have seen all the protests going on. It's all political tensions right now. It's very political with these hotels. I think even in Dublin, there was a few protests going on and people trying to burn down hotels. I don't know. But this asylum seeker's been on the run. He's been on the run for a day now after he was mistakenly released from prison. What's his name? I swear that I just keep getting the names wrong, bro. But whenever I read the name, I'm just like, oh God, that name's not gonna sound good. You know what I mean? That's more ammunition, bro. But his name is, I still can't find his name. What's his name? Kebatu. Hadush Kebatu. He's from Ethiopia. Now, when we see these asylum seekers, okay, because people make an attempt to dehumanize them. Not that this creature should be humanized, really. Everyone's human, but you guys get what I'm getting at. This guy is a creature, okay, because of what he did. He sexually assaulted a woman. He was accused of rape. He wasn't found guilty of rape. That doesn't mean he didn't do it, but he was not found guilty of rape. Now, Ethiopia is not, it's not, I mean, Addis Ababa, I mean, we'll take a look at Addis Ababa, bro, before I show you guys the arrest footage. Like, look, Addis Ababa, bro, this is the capital of Ethiopia, bro. I know the capital of the country is not representative of the rest of the country a lot of the time, but I'm telling you, Ethiopia, like, it's a nice city, bro. You're not gonna go to Ethiopia and sexually assault a woman and just get away with it. No, you're not. And it paints a bad picture for other countries. You know, the Sudanese guy who, you know, killed a woman, this guy who's done this. But again, what we need to remember is the media wants to do this. The media wants everyone to think doom and gloom. Right now, this is the direction that the media is pushing. Anti-immigration. Immigration's bad. That's what they're pushing. But an asylum seeker is somebody who comes to the UK because they're fleeing from what could happen in their country. You know, people wonder why these people come to the UK and can't be deported. It's because of human rights, you know, because if he says, oh, if you send me back to my country, they're going to kill me. The UK cannot deport this person. They have to let them stay. Not sure what part of the ECHR allows that. I think maybe the ECHR is the reason for that. But you're getting bottom of the barrel people coming to the country when that happens. You know what I mean? You're getting bottom of the barrel people because you're able to, I mean, in Ethiopia, I know there was a civil war there a few years ago, things like that going on. But politically, even, I'm just going to look at it like this. Even politically in America, the Democrats, Republicans, my family out there is Democrat. So I don't even talk politics with them, but there's no point anyway because politics doesn't mean anything. They're out there, you can have different opinions, you know, wars can happen, civil wars in some countries that are less stable, bro. Doesn't mean you need to flee, you know, if the army's going around actively hunting civilians, bro. No, not everyone's in the army, not everyone's trying to fight. Most people are just trying to live. Most people are civilians. So a lot of the times, the people who choose to flee their countries and come here, because it costs a lot of money to get to the UK from Ethiopia, keep that in mind. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. The flight itself is not cheap, but they don't come on a flight. They'll usually trek through Europe. Once you're in Europe, once you're in the European Union, bro, you're free to move wherever, bro. They'll get to Calais and then they'll pay a couple grand, however much it costs, to get across the channel to get into the UK. Why on earth would you do that? Why on earth would you do that? Why would you leave your country? Maybe in your country you were a rapist. Because this paints a bad picture for all Ethiopians, bro. But it doesn't. It doesn't unless you're simple-minded. Obviously, everyone knows the Ethiopian people are very nice people. But you're getting the worst from every country. I think I've articulated myself there. You guys get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because countries are destabilized. Every country has their own issues. But for you to have to leave that country when it costs money to leave that country, you must be no good. And boy, we're not vetting the people coming here. This guy's probably got bare previous in Ethiopia, bro. They're probably going to hang him in Ethiopia or something like that, bro. And he came to the UK to try and flee. But he's, again, this is the arrest footage from August 27th.
1715, I'm arresting you on suspicion of sexual assault on a female under 16 years old. So you didn't have to say anything.
Under 16 years old. Oh my God. And he was only sentenced to 12 months. And they released him early. He was only sentenced to 12 months for the sexual assault of someone under the age of 16. Under the age of 16, 12 months, bruv. 12 months. If you are found guilty, and again, because, again, with this, you know, the innocent till proven guilty thing, the system is not perfect, bro. And I don't think there's much else that can be done to improve the system. You know what I mean? Because I want the death penalty for people like this. But at the same time, you can't be putting to death people who maybe get falsely accused and things like that. You know what I mean? So it gets a little bit more techie. But things like sexually assaulting a woman, that sticks with them for life. They're going to be scarred for life. Women already scared to walk at night and things like that, you know? And as a man, it's different, you know, because you guys, like, we be thinking sometimes, oh, well, I'd be scared to walk at night, though. But we're not scared to walk at night, bro. You know what I mean? We're not scared to walk at night. As a woman, it's completely different, bruv. A man could come and... It's just a very different thing, you know what I mean? And when you open up your mind, you can see, like, okay, I see where women are coming from. When I was younger, I was a little bit more small-minded, but, you know, it's been a few years that man's obviously realized, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? It's serious, you know, especially when you've got female family members to tell you, you know what I mean? And when you've got female family members and you're calling them to make sure they get home safe, you know what I mean? Is everything good? You get what I'm saying? But back to the video.
It may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, okay? We're arresting you for prompt and effective investigation by means of interview and prevent harm to yourself or others. Okay?
No problem.
So give us 2 minutes, we'll just bottom a few things out and then we're going to start getting rid of a few people.
How much minutes?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Well, I'll
How much minutes?
What do you mean, how much we need?
How much minutes in the office? How many minutes on how many hours are in the office?
You go to the police station now.
Okay.
I respect the officers for being able to remain professional in an instance like this, you know what I mean? Because I swear, if I was a police officer and I'm arresting the guy, I'll be thinking like, yo, the victim's dad, yo, you want to cut? Like, I'll turn a blind eye for 5 minutes, bro. Just don't kill him. You know what I mean?
So you're under arrest.
Wow.
Should you do research?
Yeah, do you want to jump out? I'm going to cuff him as
No,
well.
I'm not telling you that.
Jump out for me.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
I mean, jump out for me, it's easier.
Property bag, yeah, for anything you
Jump up, stand up.
Okay.
Put your hands like this for me.
Okay. Thank you.
And this is the sicko getting arrested. You know, no, you can tell it's not his first time. No fucking remorse. He's probably thinking he's going to get away with it. This ain't his first time. It ain't his first time. You can tell from someone's reaction, bro. Imagine you get arrested for touching an under 60. You're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yo, I'll be bugging. I'll be like, who's saying I did this? Is she okay? Because it wasn't me. That person who did it is on the loose, fam. You know what I mean? It weren't me.
And just come and
Pop
step
that in there
onto
for me, sir.
Okay, she is right. The
Give me
phone.
1
yeah.
second, I'll call you
She
back.
is right. The phone
Yeah,
number.
put that in there. The lady in blue.
Yes, the lady. Yeah.
He thinks it's
She's
the lady.
drinking, and I pass. Please call me. You are black man. You are coming, man. You are coming my home.
It's a child.
Yeah. She is coming my
So the allegation is that you've touched a child on the
I am
inside of
very
the groin.
speed. I am a teacher.
Come over here, I need to search you. Don't cry, it's going to be okay. Come step onto the pavement so I've got a little bit more.
I swear, I hate police, but I rate these officers from being able to say, it's okay, don't cry. In his head, he's thinking, yeah, you fucker.
We're just going to do
Bit more room.
search.
You can leave your shoes on, it's okay. Step onto the pavement here. No, stand up.
Stand up. Up. There we go.
And then towards me.
Swatch.
Follow. Okay. There you go.
Oh, man. Don't tell me they got a video of it. Oh, my God. Really? Really? Bruv, you can't do, like, I don't think it's on. Oh, no, they've got him here. They've got him there walking up. First, the Kent Essex police, they were looking for him, but it turns out he's in London now. That's what they say. On the BBC News page, they've got live updates here. The manhunt continues. They're going to release more CCTV footage. Apparently, they gave him £76 and he got on a train to Stratford. He got off at Stratford. We've got facial recognition cameras, you know, in London. They've started doing it, bro. So it's not going to be long until they find this guy. They're urging him to turn himself in. He is a danger to the public. He is a danger to school children. It's sick that he's going to go back in and he's going to be out in a few months again anyway. And, you know, his asylum application, depending on what he says, it's probably going to be approved. It's probably going to be approved, bruv. If he's able to claim that he can't go back to Ethiopia because he's going to be killed, they're going to approve his asylum application and he's going to be rewarded with stay in the UK after sexually assaulting someone under the age of 16. It's absolutely fucking disgusting, but I don't want this to, because again, things like this unfortunately happen all the time. Right now, like, there's a lot of people who watch the news and let the news actually affect their days, bro. Really and truly, if you don't watch the news, okay, you don't watch the news, you go outside, you're going to be fine, all right? You're going to be fine. The world is not ending like the news will try and make it feel like, okay? These hotels are not making your life worse. It's the fact that billionaires have too much money. It's the fact that inflation's out of control. National debt is 99% of GDP. Your currency's getting worthless It's getting worthless every day, and it's not going up with inflation. So your spending power is getting lower by the day, and they're just going to keep on printing more money. The billionaires are in control of the money printing machine because they're in control of all the governments, bro. That is the problem in reality, bro, because it doesn't matter what country the migrants come from. This is unacceptable, okay? In certain countries, if you go to random villages and that shit's shunned upon anyway, bro. When you're in major cities in these countries, bro, this is not the norm. But that's the narrative that the media is trying to have people thinking. Oh, look, people from here's come here, and it's just politics, man. It's just politics. Keir Starmer said it's unacceptable that he's been released. These accidental releases, bro, they happen. It's not uncommon, you know. It's not some conspiracy like, oh, they released this guy because no. Probably just a clerical error, bro. A mistake as to why I got released. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Mistaken release, symptom of broken system, says former prison governor. John Podmore, the former governor of Belmarsh, Brixton and Swellside prisons, tells BBC News there are several problems facing the prison system in the UK. Lots of prisoners are held in effective solitary confinement. There's no education, no training, he says. And I forgot who it was, you know, but a lot of rappers have been to prison. It could have been any rapper. But he said that in prison, rehabilitation is not really even an option. You have to rehabilitate yourself because there's they don't have the resources to actually rehabilitate you. They don't. And in prison, when you're in prison, you need to remember you are seen as the bottom of the barrel in society, bro. You know what I mean? Anyone can go to prison. It can happen to anyone, bro. You never know. But society views you as bottom of the barrel. There's a reason why if you have a criminal record, getting a job is extremely difficult. You know what I mean? There's a reason why once you have a criminal record, you are kind of ostracized from society, if that makes sense. You're excluded from society. You know what I mean? So they're never going to care. But yeah, it's just, again, we don't, it's this whole immigration thing, this whole conversation, bro. It's just, if this does get solved, let's say the boats stop, right? Because the main problem people have is people coming here on boats and entering the country unchecked, unvetted, entering the country illegally and still being allowed to stay on the basis that they're an asylum seeker when we don't know who this person is. We haven't done any checks on this person. Because the government, it seems like they're trying to say, oh, let's make it more difficult for people to immigrate here. Let's make it more difficult for this, that. That is not in the country's best interest, simply because we live in a very global, connected world. You know what I mean? It makes sense if it's easier to live in London. You know what I mean? It'll encourage people making their money online to come and live in the UK, even though London is best city in the world, in my opinion. You know, not just because I live here, but best city in the world. The country as a whole, bro. You know what I mean? The country as a whole, it needs immigration, bro. All right, it needs immigration. But yeah, just same old. Hopefully, I mean, my man's gonna be out soon anyway, bro. It's peak. Let's just take a look at again Essex police, what their statement said. He was found guilty of 2 counts of sexual assault, 1 count of attempted sexual assault, 1 count of inciting a girl to engage in sexual activity, and 1 count of harassment without violence. 1 count of inciting a girl to engage in what? What does that mean? Hold on, because just reading it off of that definition, I'm sure you guys are thinking the same thing. Hold on. What does that mean? What's Google AI going to tell me? Hold on. In the UK, the maximum sentence for inciting a girl to engage in sexual activity depends on the girl's age. I thought so, bro, because haven't we all incited a woman to engage in sexual activity? Haven't we all done that? You know what I mean? I'm thinking shit. The specific charge will fall under the Sexual Offences Act 2003. The final sentence is decided by court. Okay, yeah, all right. So it's basically if you're a sicker, right? It's basically if you're a sicker, it applies to you. This is what I'm looking at here. This is what I'm reading, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Chung Lee says deport right now. Deport right now. Chung Lee, when did you turn into Tommy Robinson's mate? See you guys tomorrow. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love to every single one of you guys watching. Thank you very much. Peace and love. Thank you.